impugning the integrity of basketball.
Vinny, I salute you on your presidential candidate. You're getting primaried with those solutions. Here's the actual solution that we have here, because we're not talking about a tanking problem. We're talking about an ownership problem. And if you want to get rid of tanking, you get rid of the draft. It is a simple solution. If you want to lure good players to your team, what you need to do, here's the thing. If you are a player and you get to choose where you want to go, if you're the Nets, if you're the Jazz, you're not going to build losing teams around you. You want to impress rookies that are coming in. So you get rid of the draft, let rookies choose where they want to go, and they're going to choose the best organizations. So you have to present yourself as a great organization. I know the skeptics are going to say, well, all the rookies are just going to go to one team and they're going to load up on their team. But what you have in the NBA is a second apron, which prevents that. Look at the Boston Celtics. They have Jaylen Brown. They have Jason Tatum. Two guys they got through the draft, high picks, supermax guys. Once you supermax them, what do you have to do? You get rid of Drew Holiday. You have to get rid of Porzingis. You have to gut that team because you don't have enough salary cap for all of those guys. So the idea that players just going to go to the Lakers or the Knicks or one team and load up, that's just not going to happen. If you get rid of the draft, let players come to the teams that they want. That incentivizes the organizations to put their best foot forward, to build good teams around players, to build good organizations. Look at San Antonio. That's not a metropolitan area where everybody wants it. It's not L.A., but because they have a good organization, free agents want to go there. Rookies want to go there. If you get rid of the draft, you get rid of tanking.
The whole entire draft, Stephen A.?
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, First Take didn't just discuss the NBA's tanking problem, they declared war on it. And in the crossfire, David Dennis Jr. dropped a proposal so radical, so fundamental, that it made Stephen A. Smith completely lose his composure. Eliminate the NBA draft entirely. Let rookies choose where they want to go. Let the free market, not ping-pong balls, determine the destination of the next generation of stars. Stephen A.'s response? That's one of the most asinine things I've ever heard. And then he spent the next 3 minutes explaining why. But here's the thing, DD wasn't wrong. And Stephen A. wasn't wrong either. They were arguing two different solutions to the same disease. Let's break down this debate, because it gets to the very soul of how the NBA builds its teams. First, the problem. Vinny Goodwill sets the table perfectly. It's a huge problem to see something like this insult the paying customer every single night before even the All-Star break. He's right. The Utah Jazz were leading a game and sat their stars for the entire fourth quarter. The Dallas Mavericks have lost 8 straight and are openly prioritizing lottery odds over winning games. Fans are paying $2,000 for courtside seats to watch glorified scrimmages. It's ugly. It's unseemly. And it's getting worse. Vinny's solution is smart and incremental. Lock lottery odds at midseason. If teams knew their draft position was frozen in January, there would be zero incentive to lose in February, March, and April. Also, no top 3 picks in consecutive years. You want a franchise cornerstone? Fine. You get one. Then you have to actually try to win. These are reasonable, targeted reforms. Then David Dennis Jr. steps up. And he goes for the throat. We are not talking about a tanking problem. We are talking about an ownership problem. And if you want to get rid of tanking, you get rid of the draft. His logic is clear. The draft creates the incentive to lose. Remove the draft, remove the incentive. If rookies could choose their destination, organizations would have to sell themselves, culture, coaching, front office competence, roster fit. You couldn't just suck for 5 years and hope the ping-pong balls save you. You'd have to actually build something attractive. He addresses the obvious counter-argument. All the rookies are just going to go to one team. His answer. The second apron. Look at Boston. They have Tatum and Brown on supermax deals, and they had to get their depth to afford them. You physically cannot stack unlimited stars under the current CBA. The system polices itself. And he uses San Antonio as the perfect example. That's not a metropolitan area where everybody wants it. But because they have a good organization, free agents want to go there. Rookies want to go there. He's arguing that competence, not market size, would win out. The Spurs didn't luck into Tim Duncan. They built an ecosystem that made Duncan want to stay. That's the model. Then Stephen A. enters the ring. And he is not having it. David, that's one of the most asinine. I don't even know how to put into words how asinine that was. He dismantles DD's premise on two fronts. First, what's a good organization compared to a great organization? It's subjective. One player's stable culture is another player's boring small market. You can't codify that into a competitive balance system. Second, and more importantly, your objective in terms of accomplishing parity and making sure you cater to all 30 teams as opposed to a select few goes right out the window. The draft is the great equalizer. It's how the Spurs got Duncan. It's how the Cavaliers got LeBron. It's how the Bucks got Giannis. Eliminate it, and you eliminate the only mechanism that gives bad teams a fighting chance. But here's where Stephen A. pivots to his own masterstroke. He tells a story about NFL owners getting $246 million each from TV deals, and complaining because they calculated it should have been $250 million. His point? The language they understand is their pocket. You want to stop tanking? Don't reform the lottery. Don't eliminate the draft. Hit the owners where it hurts. Fine them. Penalize them. Make losing so expensive that it outweighs the benefit of a high draft pick. If an owner knows that blatant tanking will cost them millions in revenue sharing or luxury tax penalties, they will suddenly discover a burning desire to be competitive. Stephen A. knows these billionaires. He knows they count every penny, even the pennies they didn't get. And that's the pressure point. So who's right? DD's vision is philosophically pure, a true free market where players have full agency and organizations are forced to earn their talent. It's elegant. It's fair to the players. But it's also a recipe for the haves and have-nots to permanently separate. Stephen A.'s solution is uglier, more transactional, and deeply cynical, but it's also realistic. It works within the existing system. It acknowledges that owners respond to one thing only: money. What do you think? Is the draft worth saving, or should rookies have the freedom to choose their destination? Would a second apron world actually prevent super teams from forming? And is Stephen A. right that financial penalties are the only language owners understand? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you love this level of passionate, high-stakes debate about the future of the league, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.